Many of the earliest human societies we study share a specific profile. They emerged roughly 5,000 years ago in river valleys, leaving behind translated texts and stone monuments to their leaders. The geography of the Indus and Saraswati rivers offered a different potential. These flat, well-watered floodplains provided more available calories per acre than almost anywhere else on the planet. The scale of the society that grew here was immense. Archaeologists have identified more than 1,500 sites, a footprint that dwarfs the contemporary civilizations of Egypt and Mesopotamia. Yet, unlike their neighbors, the people of the Indus Valley left behind a written script that we cannot read. No Rosetta Stone has been found to translate their language. To understand the largest empire of the ancient world, we have to look past the missing texts and analyze their physical remains with forensic precision. The ruins of major cities like Mohenjo-daro and Harappa suggest an incredibly sophisticated urban life. Because we cannot read their records, we have no accounts of their wars or the names of their kings. The city layouts and the bricks themselves are the primary witnesses we have to reconstruct their social order. Throughout the civilization, builders used bricks manufactured to a strict, uniform size to create homes along a grid of perfectly perpendicular streets. These multi-story homes connected to a gravity-fed drainage system, carrying waste out of the city through big sewer ditches under the main avenues. The orientation of the entire city grid allowed these avenues to catch the wind, providing natural air conditioning for residents. This level of standardized planning and public infrastructure points to a highly organized government and strict zoning laws, all operating without the usual evidence of a monarch. In Mohenjo-daro, the largest public building is a brick-lined pit called the Great Bath, situated where one might normally expect to find a royal palace or a temple. The prominence of this structure mirrors later cultural practices in the region that emphasize ritual purity. This focus suggests a society that prioritized communal cleanliness and shared rituals over the glorification of individual rulers or elite warriors. Their economic influence is visible in the small clay seals they produced as identification markers for trade goods. These seals feature intricate carvings of animals and monsters, topped with unreadable geometric script. We know these people were active long-distance traders because these specific seals have been discovered hundreds of miles away in Mesopotamia. They exported native cotton cloth in exchange for materials like bronze, which was not native to the Indus Valley region. The presence of these seals in foreign lands indicates an economic powerhouse that expanded through trade networks rather than military conquest. A civilization of this wealth and scale typically requires a massive military to protect its resources from internal conflict and outside invasion. However, across more than 1,500 excavated sites, archaeologists have found almost no evidence of specialized weaponry or warfare. The lack of martial artifacts indicates that this sprawling urban society maintained its stability through peaceful means. Around 1750 BCE, the civilization began to decline. The archaeological record shows they did not simply evolve into the current regional populations, who likely arrived later from the Caucasus. While a lack of weapons would make any group vulnerable to conquest, the physical evidence suggests a different cause for their collapse. Seismic activity likely shifted the course of the region's rivers, causing the smaller tributaries that fed the cities to dry up. Without water for irrigation, the hyper-dense cities became unsustainable, leading the population to migrate to different agricultural plains. The decline of the Indus Valley was not the work of a conquering army, but the result of a landscape that could no longer support its urban design. History often equates the word civilization with military strategy and the domination of one group over another. The Indus Valley offers an alternative model, where peak ancient urbanization was achieved through public works, fair trade, and peace. From the Bronze Age to the modern era, the motivations that lead us to build cities together, hunger, companionship, and shared survival, remain the same. The physical record of the Indus Valley demonstrates that human progress can be driven by collaboration.